6th edition of Kitchen Science, we're going to make a homemade lava lamp. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a clear glass, and you're kind of divided into 3 sections, and you're going to fill it 2/3 of the way full with vegetable oil. Okay? Then after that, we're going to add a little bit of water in there till it gets to the top, and a little bit of food coloring. And then we're going to take an Alka-Seltzer tablet and break it up and put one at a time in. And what's going to happen is it's going to pull the colored bubbles up to the top, kind of like a real lava lamp would do. So we chose blue for the liquid, but you can do whatever color you'd like, and or try to mix the colors up and see if that works too. So the first thing we're going to do is pour in the water and fill up that glass. Okay. All the way up to close to the top as you can. Good. Okay, now you'll notice that the water and the oil separated because water and oil do not mix. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is add a couple drops of food coloring, and let's see what happens. Okay, put in, squeeze 1, 2, one more. Okay, maybe we'll do like 2 more. Okay, now notice how they drop down to the bottom almost. Look at that. They went down into the water. Okay, now, so what we're going, as you can see, the oil and the water have separated, and the blue food coloring has gone down into the section that the water is in. So this Alka-Seltzer is used for heartburn, indigestion, things like that. So you might have it in your cabinet. So we're going to take the tablet and break it into 4 pieces. So it looks like that. So we're going to break it into 4 pieces. Okay? And then we're going to drop in one at a time. We're going to drop in and see what happens. What should happen is that the gas is going to rise to the top and take a little colored water with it. Let's see what happens. Notice how it's pulling the colored water up to the top and then coming back down again. Actually pulled the tablet up to the top too. Did you see that? Okay, now we're going to take the next piece and we're going to drop that in. And then you get to watch it again. That's really cool. It's a homemade lava lamp. I'm noticing that wherever you drop the tablet, the first time it dropped, it came over here, and then it had a lot of fizz on this side. Now there's a lot of fizz in the back of the glass where the tablet landed down here. So I think the next time, this next one, we're gonna put in the center and try to get it to go down in the center and see what happens. Let's try that. That's Max. See those big... Now this is a smaller piece. This is not as big as the other pieces are, so let's see what happens when we put that in. Try to put it in the middle. Interesting. I think with the next one, let's experiment. And instead of breaking it into 4 pieces, we're going to break it into 2 pieces. Hold on one second. So this is a much larger piece than what we had in there before. Let's see what happens. Wow, it looks as though the bubbles are bigger because the piece is bigger. Do you see that? Hold on a second. We have a... I'd like to try a whole one. Okay, hold on. Let's let this settle down. And once it separates, then we're gonna put a whole one, a whole tablet in. We're not gonna break it up this time. Okay, but we're just gonna let that fizzle down a little bit. Okay, see it's starting to settle down now. Blue water on the bottom, the oil on the top. Okay, so the smaller pieces, smaller reaction. The larger pieces, larger bubbles, larger reaction. Let's put the whole one in and see what happens. Okay, it went from a lava lamp to a volcano type eruption, but it so far hasn't overflown yet. No. Oh no, look what happened. So my assistant's suggesting that we put 2 whole tablets in at one time, but that's a little full for that, and I'm not so sure. I think that's going to be the challenge for the students that are doing this, is I'd like for them to try and do 2 whole tablets and see what happens. I'd also like to know what colors you used. What color did you use for it? And let me know how it turned out, how the 2 tablets worked, maybe even 3 tablets, and see if it overflows or not. So let me know how it goes, and thank you. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna put 2 in now.
Show the 2.
And the other one.
Okay, these are the 2.
Yep, and we're gonna put them in and like right now, because I'm not even gonna count because I'm too excited. Oh. Over it?
Oh, that's close. That's more like an ocean.
Now let's do 3.
Wow, look at that.
What was it, 3?
It's like a churning ocean in there.
Yeah.
But it hasn't overflowed.
Ugh.
No overflow yet.
Unfortunately.
That's really cool.
Yeah. What's 3? Yep, for a challenge, 3.
Okay, let's try 3.
We're just going to keep on going and going. Oh, hi, Max.
Okay, let me hold it up.
Right.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 tablets this time. Okay, carefully drop them in because we don't know what kind of reaction we're going to get.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's going to be really good. It's going to be good. Yes, do it, do it. I know
Oh,
you can.
that is really close. That's why I turned the bowl upside down.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's overflowing.
Yes, now do 4.
It's overflowing.
Okay, after this we're
Just a
doing
little
4.
bit.
Oh.
Very cool. So, if you'd like to take the challenge and go to 4 Alka-Seltzer tablets, let me know what happens. Let me know what happens.
Well, let's do it now.
Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to take some old crayons that, you know, you get that collection of crayons where they get worn down and they break, and then you wind up with a box full of crayons and you don't really want to throw them away, but they're kind of hard to work with. We're going to recycle these and we're going to create new crayons with them. And it's really easy to do. You just need some cupcake wrappers, a muffin tin, and the crayons. I'm sure many of you have these leftover crayons broken, laying around, and I'm gonna show you how to recycle them. So what you're gonna do is you're going to preheat your oven to 200 degrees, very low temperature. So I'm gonna show you what to do. So over here, I'm gonna hit bake, and right now it says 350. I'm gonna bump that down to 200. And hit start. Now your oven might be different, and again, you'll need a parent's help with this. Then you're gonna take your wrappers, your cupcake wrappers, and you're gonna put them into your muffin tin. Depending on how many crayons you have saved up, depends on how many you're gonna make. So I'm gonna just do maybe I'm gonna see if I have enough to do 3. I might have enough to do more. Now, you have to make sure that all the paper is off of your crayons. So as you can see, these are all pieces of crayons and all the paper has been removed. So there's no paper on it, it's just the crayon itself. And I'm just going to drop them in. Now you can do different patterns. You can try to stick to all the same types of colors, which I think I'm going to do, or you can mix the colors up and see what happens, see what you get. So I think I'm going to do different color green. Let me show you what I'm doing. That helps. So right now I'm going to put in some more green. This one's kind of big, so I'm going to break it up. Okay, and then let me put this up here. Maybe that'll make it easier. See better. And then I think I will do maybe some reds. That one might be a little bit too big. That one, this one, some of them look like a little bit of a purple too, but I'm gonna try it and see what it looks like. And then I think I'm going to do a mixed color and see what happens. So I'm gonna throw in a yellow, an orange, that looks like purple, This is another kind of purple. Maybe I'll throw a green one in there. Like that. Some white. Actually looks like a darker green. So we're going to see how these turn out. The multicolor, the red, there is like a little purple in there. I think I'm going to pull that one out, put it in this one. Maybe add another yellow one in here. Okay, so I'm going to stick these in the oven, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to put them in there for 20 to 30 minutes in the oven, and then we're going to see what they look like when they come out. So let's see, they're going in the oven now. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes, and we're going to take the muffin tins out of the oven. Take a look at what they turn the oven off. Alright, so this is what they look like right now. Let's see. So they're very liquidy because that's what happens with solids when you heat them up. They become a liquid. Okay? So I'm going to turn this so you can see. I'm just going to kind of shake it a little bit so you can see how the solid crayons are now like a liquid. You see how that's moving like a liquid? Okay. So, the green mixed nicely with the dark and light green. The reds kind of all mixed together, and the multicolor, I can see the yellow, the white, the darker colors. I can see some green in there. I don't want to mix it up too much because I want to wait till the bottom till it cools. So in science you might have learned that solids, when you heat them, they become liquid. Now when this liquid cools, it will become a solid again. Okay, and then we're going to wind up with something that looks like this. So it's going to be a solid with all the different colors in it, like a new crayon. Okay, so we're going to let them cool, and then we'll peel them, peel the paper off of them, and then we'll see what the bottoms look like. I'm curious to see what they look like on the bottom. Okay, we'll be back after it cools. Okay, so we took them out of the oven. Again, we have the green, and it comes right out. There's the red, pinkish red, and then this was the multicolor. Okay? And then, as you can see, they're solid again. So I'm just going to tear the paper off. The paper comes off very easily, just peels right off. Okay, there's the green crayons. Now we have a new green crayon, nice big one. And now we're gonna do the red. And look at see the way that there's ridges in the cupcake wrapper. It also formed on the crayon as well. And then it just peels right off the bottom too. Okay, so we have these two. And then the last one is the multicolored one. So I'm anxious to see what that one looks like. So we're gonna peel that off. And as you can see, that really came out nice. Lots of colors on the bottom. Okay, there you have it. So, and that's just the small bag of crayons. You might have a giant collection of crayons that you can recycle into new crayons. Again, you can do the multicolor, you can do all one color, the same color but the light with the dark of that same color. You can maybe try to do some patterns. Maybe try to do 2 of one color on the bottom and 2 of a different color on the top layer, and see what they melt together to look like. You could also try to do some sort of a pattern. There's all different ways that you can make different colors and patterns with. I'd love to see the different things that you come up with. So, please share them with me, and I hope you enjoy recycling your crayons.